Hi, I'm Sammie Cook. I'm a senior nursing student here on the Georgia Southern Statesboro campus, and I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about college away from home, being states away, or even countries away from your family, depending on what kind of student you are. It's scary, but it doesn't have to be. So, a little bit about me and my story. I'm from Colorado, the Boulder area, and in 2017, my mom got the opportunity to move to Atlanta for work, and I chose to join her. I was so desperate for an adventure, so I chose to tack on, packed all my stuff, and moved a week and a half before my senior year of high school. I had the opportunity to stay in Georgia or go back home to Colorado and go to school for my college experience. And in my senior year, I toured Georgia Southern and I fell in love with it. So that's why I'm here. Um, my mom, for the first few years of college, was again up in the Atlanta area, which is about 4.5 hours, depending on traffic. So I was lucky to have that for my first few years of college. However, she did move back home, and it's just been me here in Statesboro by myself for a little bit. So it can be really nerve wracking, especially when you have had that like community from you're back home, your family, and you're away from it now. It can be kind of scary and frightful. So some of the concerns that I had were, what if I get hurt, or if there's an illness in my family and I can't fly home or they can't come here? What am I supposed to do? If I get a flat tire on the highway, who's going to come help me? Just kind of all these things that you don't really think about when you have family close, but once you're away from that, you start to like get really nervous about those things. So, a big part of college, regardless of where you are, is building community and finding where you belong. And it can be really hard when you are outside of your comfort zone. So, some of the things that I did that really helped me build my community was finding a local support system. So, obviously, friends are a big part of life in general, but especially a part of the college experience. And so are hobby groups and organizations, and joining those helps you not only find friends, but start making connections outside of friendship. So just kind of associate connections, building up your resume, all of these things come together and form various little communities and niche spots in your life, which overall is a big community in general. Something that a lot of students might not also know about is our counseling center. They offer support groups and different group sessions for therapy. And I know myself and others have very much benefited from those experiences. You start to find your communities in all sorts of places in life. But one of the biggest things for me was continuing to stay in touch with my family, despite being in a 2 hour difference from them. I have definitely experienced that fear of missing out when my family's together on the holidays or my niece's first birthday and I wasn't there to attend. But being able to FaceTime and call my family either, on a normal Wednesday or during special events, it's been able to keep me emotionally nourished and close to my family and not feel like I'm alone and that they're living their lives without me. I still feel connected to them. I've also experienced a lot of that on this end. I've met so many of my friends' wonderful family members, and starting to get in touch with some of their families and just kind of building the world around me has allowed me to stay, very in touch with everyone in my life while still building a community around me as I continue on in life. You might be sitting there saying, how do I do this? I don't have a friend group, or I don't know what I'm into. The way that you can go about this is sitting down with yourself and thinking about what you want to get into, what you want to enjoy, what's something that in high school or middle school or even prior that you had an interest in but never took part. Start researching some of those organizations on campus. If you go to your My Georgia Southern and look up your Eagle Engage, what used to be my involvement is called Eagle Engage now. We have over 300 student organizations on campus, ranging from honor societies, volunteer groups, Greek life organizations, everything, anime clubs, just everything on campus. So using that to research what you might want to get into. All of them have introductory meetings. Some of them have open member meetings all semester/year long. If you don't want to do that, or you don't even know what you might be interested in, or who, if you're nervous about not knowing anybody there, using your academic strengths to get foot in the door is a great way too, by joining some tutoring programs, either the ASC tutoring program or Perhaps you're in science and you can join the chemistry or biological studies tutoring programs or student instructor programs. Talking to people in class has been my favorite way to understand and know what's going on around campus. I love talking to people, but I know that's not for everybody. So going to informational meetings as well. We have them all over the place. If you walk anywhere on campus, you'll probably see a poster with some sort of informational meeting information that you can take a look at. So really pay attention on campus, utilize your Eagle Engage, your My Georgia Southern, talk to people in class, even listening to people in class. You might not have to talk to them, but if they're talking about something that you're interested in, really take note and maybe ask questions or just look it up after class. You can do this. It's so important that you do this because you could just say, Sammie, what if I just get through my classes and move on after college? You can do that, but learning how to build your community and the skills that you get from doing that can carry you into any part of life. You can go anywhere in the world, whether you move back home or stay here in Statesboro or the Savannah area, or you go across the seas and go to London or wherever you want to go. If you learn how to build that skill set to find and make a community of your own wherever you go, you'll be set for life. You will never feel like you can't do it. And I am just so blessed to have had this experience, and I appreciate you listening. Thank you.